You mentioned a moment ago that the director is British. Um, um, and folks should know that before it came to Broadway, you performed this in London. Um,
Yes.
I'm I'm wondering, am I wrong in thinking that the words hit differently in London than they do here in the United States? I'm wondering if the British audience was as attuned to the nuances on display in this decidedly American story.
Yes, they were. Um, we all have a shared humanity. And with an understanding of the conditions of the African American experience, especially in 1949, and the conditions that were happening for the family and what's happening in the play, uh, and it's our responsibility of making sure that people understand that and feel it as artists. People in London were acutely aware of how it would land on this Loman family as African Americans in these conditions in 1949. But it was with the understanding that a British person would have um, from outside the situation, uh, uh, and an understanding and an empathy, um, and some catharsis. But I have found doing it here in New York on Broadway with an American audience, and especially with African Americans in the audience, um, it is a more deep, visceral impact, a catharsis of understanding for all in the audience, not just African Americans, but everyone. This is our conditions, and what happens is with a revival, you are speaking to the audience at the time, right now, with the understanding that this was written 70 years ago, and it's classic. What makes something classic is it speaks to our humanity across time and space and race and gender, and will speak to our hearts and our humanity long after we're gone. But within that reflection, to know that it is still a timely and relevant message today sets a fire of indignation and shame. The word shame keeps coming up, that we should have a sense of shameful shameful inheritance of an ideology that we see burgeoning again and again and again, especially in our culture and our politics, um, that is so self-destructive to where we want to go as a society. And that's the role of art. What thoughts are to the individual, where you reflect on who you are, where we've been, where you hope to go. What are your values? Where are your failures? Where are your triumphs? As we twist and turn at night when we're thinking about our own personal decisions, it's in the forum of the theater that we come together, turn out the lights, and collectively, all of us, no matter how disparate we are as people, reflect on our culture and society, who we are, where we've been, where we hope to go, what are our values, and hopefully we as artists move you to walk out of the room and out of the theater and act on those values.
Mhm.
I tell people that's my contribution to to the political spectrum right now, to move
Mhm.
people and that they should be moved to participate in our political process, because more now than ever, um, is can have an adverse effect on our lives more than any other time than right now.
Mhm.